Welcome to this live brief on our connection protocol status. We are tracking a rapidly unfolding digital event right now. What we're looking at is the exact micro-level sequence of events that controls access to a highly secure digital destination. Think of this as a live feed from a really strict, multi-layered cybersecurity checkpoint. So let's just jump right in and see exactly how this protocol kicks off and what it instantly demands from anyone trying to connect.
Right out of the gate, this sequence hits you with an abrupt, non-negotiable roadblock. The status simply says, just a moment. Now, it sounds super polite, right? But make no mistake, based on the intel we're tracking, this is an absolute command from the system's defense layer. Your progress is totally frozen. Essentially, the server is holding the door shut, hitting the pause button on everything so it can assess the threat level before it even thinks about talking to the final destination. It's the ultimate mandatory digital pause.
Breaking this down into a timeline, we're tracking a rapid-fire three-phase sequence right from that very first moment. I mean, this happens incredibly fast, but slowing it down really exposes the strict architecture at play here. At 0 seconds, boom, there's the pause. The system completely freezes the interaction. By second 1, the verification process kicks in, running these complex background checks, analyzing browser fingerprints, checking IP reputations. And by second 2, we're in the final wait phase. It's a beautifully orchestrated sequence of automated security. Okay, we have a major shift to report here. The protocol transitions instantly from that indefinite holding pattern to a confirmed security clearance. We go from the ambiguous, just a moment, straight to a definitive, verification successful. This is a huge update for our brief because it means the initial scrutiny passed. The user's connection has been evaluated and deemed perfectly safe by the frontline gatekeepers. But as the incoming data clearly shows, this clearance is really only half the story.
Yeah, because it turns out this successful verification is basically just checkpoint 1. It's immediately followed by these absolute mandates regarding essential system requirements. You'd think verification successful means the doors fly wide open, right? Nope. The protocol immediately hands down a new set of demands. The system shifts gears from checking the connection itself to evaluating the user's specific browser setup. Basically, it demands certain tools be active on your end before it'll even try to finish the journey.
So, the crucial takeaway here is that despite getting cleared, your progress is totally halted unless two very specific mandatory actions are completed. The data we have is incredibly explicit. You absolutely must enable JavaScript and you must enable cookies to continue. There's literally no way around it. And why? Because the system actually uses JavaScript to run these invisible cryptographic challenges on your machine to prove you're real, and it needs cookies to store your passing grade. If your computer doesn't have these toggles flipped on, that successful verification from earlier, it means absolutely nothing. You are stuck right at the threshold.
This just brilliantly highlights the strict reality of modern digital perimeters. The protocol defines JavaScript and cookies not as, optional little enhancements for a prettier web page. No. They are the absolute foundational security keys necessary for the connection to even happen. The system is telling us, loud and clear, that without these two specific browser elements enabled to prove you're human, the destination server is going to completely ignore you. So once the verification is cleared and those mandatory system requirements are finally set, the status update shifts into a very official, high-stakes holding pattern. The exact message we're seeing logged is, waiting for OpenAI.com to respond. This right here is where the local checks end and the waiting game begins. The baton has officially been passed. Your system is fully prepped, the security gate recognized you, your browser requirements are locked in, and now we're literally just listening for the echo back from the host.
And really, it all comes down to the number 1. This entire complex, multi-stage protocol is laser-focused on securing a connection to exactly one final destination, a singular point of contact. Think about it. Every pause, every background check, the strict demands for JavaScript and cookies, it all funnels down to protecting and preparing for that single, solitary response from OpenAI.com. It really shows just how incredibly focused, narrow, and intensely protected the perimeter is for this specific digital handshake.
So that wraps up our live brief, leaving us right here at the edge of the digital threshold. The local system has done its job, verification is completely successful, the requirements are set in stone, but will the response actually arrive? We're left in suspense, waiting on that final signal from OpenAI.com. Honestly, think about this the next time you get stuck on one of those brief loading screens. What kind of invisible, rigid security protocols are executing behind the scenes in mere milliseconds? And what actually happens to your data if that final response just never arrives? Something to keep in mind the next time you navigate these digital checkpoints.